Davidson, Men's Health Manager, City of Milwaukee Health Department, with our Men's Health office at the Keenan Health Center, wishing everyone a wonderful time at the 80th anniversary and celebration for the Keenan Health Center.
Paul Nannis, former health commissioner. Well, it's been 24 years now since I was first appointed health commissioner, so it really is strikingly odd and in some ways kind of feels like a million years since I first walked into the Keenan Health Center. When I started, there were 5 health centers, so we had 3 major health centers left, Keenan being one of them. It's great to be back. Feels a little strange, candidly, to be back in the building that I've been in and out over 20 odd years, but it's great. It's a great feeling to be here, and I'm really, really glad to be part of the celebration.
I'm the manager for Men's Health, and our Men's Health Clinic does health checks as well as identifies specific services, social service referrals, employment, fatherhood services for the men who come through the Keenan Health Center around the clock. We're open every day of the week, and we have one day where we're open till 7 at night. And we invite anybody to come in who enjoys being a part of the community as well as making sure that the men of the community are healthy. Healthy men make healthy communities.
Hi, my name's Ramin Rydell, and I work here at Keenan Health Center, and I've been here at this health center since 2004, and I hope to be here for quite a while longer. So today we celebrated Keenan Health Center's 80th birthday. We've been planning this since Keenan was 78 years old, and we had a nice party, we had a nice cake, we had speeches from the mayor, the aldermen, our partners over at District 7 came over, which was very nice to see the captain and the community liaison officer. And we had a lot of retirees show up, which I was very, very happy to see that they were able to make it.
My name is Twyla Devine. I was a public health nurse here, started in 1993, and I stayed here until about 1995. And one memory that I have is I was doing a communicable disease follow-up on this one young gentleman, and he had to submit a stool specimen. So he was supposed to bring it in the next day. Well, about 8:30 the next morning, here comes a police officer and him down to the front office and saying that he had a little brown bag for the nurse upstairs. He got picked up the night before and told the cop that he had to stop here first before he went downtown with him. So that was a memory that will stay with me.
I'm Angie Nowak, and my maiden name was Angeline Brown. I worked at Keenan Health Center. I started in 1962, and I think I worked until 65. And at the time I was here, it was quite different. We all wore uniforms, long blue coats, long dark blue dresses, and if we had a hat, it was blue too, and we wore a badge. We didn't drive around in our own cars. We took the buses. With the bus, we could get on the bus free because the bus driver recognized our public health badge. And we didn't have as much equipment to take in those days. We just had a bag because we just did mostly baby care. And so we didn't have as much to carry around. Nowadays they have baby scales and everything else to carry, but we didn't do that then. We didn't. Back in the early 60s, they didn't even. I don't think they even thought nurses were smart enough to take blood pressure. I worked here at Keenan. Keenan was a marvelous place. They everybody got along so well, and the supervisors were helpful. And I remember one time I was working in a school, Brown Street School it was called, and I was going into a classroom to get a student to check, and some kid had set fire to a bookcase and it was flaming, and I notified like the school that there was a fire at the school, and we evacuated the school, and everybody gave me a recommendation for doing that.
My name is Jacqueline Terry. I was a public health nurse at Keenan Health Center for a number of years. Starting in 1981, I worked in multiple type of situations. I worked as a prenatal clinic nurse, over 60 clinic nurse, and we also did school nursing. I was a school nurse at Washington High School for 12 years. I enjoyed that so much because I worked with teen moms and gave them counseling, reason their pregnancies, and followed them, make sure they were taking their vitamins and seeing their doctors, that sort of thing. So I learned a lot working at Keenan and working for the health department. I really loved it. I worked for 32 years as a public health nurse, and I had a lot of experiences, and I made a lot of friends. I'm still friends with a lot of the nurses who I work with. So I really enjoyed it, and I really appreciate my time at Keenan. I love the building, the architecture, because I always like architecture. So I always love the terrazzo floors in the basement and this floor here. So just thank you for the opportunity of having this experience of working with the Milwaukee Health Department. I think we provided a wonderful service for the city of Milwaukee, and I wish we could bring some of the things back that we had in those days to help the community, like the home visiting that the public health nurses did to visit every newborn babies in the city of Milwaukee and follow up on them when they were 3 and 5, just to check to make sure they were doing okay. So I enjoyed it. One memory I have is just some of the things, just having the immunization clinics. That was really a lot of fun because everybody would come in and we would all be so organized. It was like a madhouse, but when we were done, we were really pleased with what we did. So just working in immunization clinics, I really enjoyed that.
Okay, this is Sylvia Brewster. I was a technician, a clinic assistant, and maybe one other name they called me here. I ran the desk, I did everything, but I was here for like 20-some years, and then we had so it was, memories is just wonderful here. I worked the night clinic, and we used to have people call and they couldn't get to it because there was no light out there. And then once our supervisor, Miss Jill, found out how bad it was, she got us a light. And people be calling saying, I'm over here on Funny Light, but and they couldn't see where we were. We had to say, well, go 1 block over, and then we're down in there. That was the night clinic experience for you. And then after that, another big thing is about in the 90s, I'm going ahead of myself, we got a program called Newborn Screening, and Jill was the boss of that, and so it was a couple of us that did that newborn screening, and we were everyone from out of here in the South, South Milwaukee. We screened everyone. She even sent us to Racine in New Berlin to do screening. So yeah, but I liked everyone here. I love the nurses. We all was really very laid, back. We all just was a team. It wasn't and even our supervisor was a team with us. So yeah, it was great. But I don't know if I can remember the first day. I thought it was like the middle of no man's land when I came in here. I had been downtown working, and then I got the position here. So it was overwhelming, but it's a beautiful building. I always thought the building was nice, the setup of it, And it was smaller. I didn't have all the people that we had downtown at Manissa's. So that made us more unique. So that's about it in a nutshell. I was doing over 60 clinic, which was, I don't know, it was crazy, it was frightening. I go back to myself, I am very claustrophobic, so I don't ride the elevators. So I've always walked the stairs no matter where I've been in. I've always walked the stairs, and thank God all the health departments on the second level. I always walked the stairs. And here I got locked in a room back there I was doing one of my senior citizens. And Bridget said when she opened it up and saw me, she never saw nothing so frightened. It showed him I got locked in the room. They had to take the lock off that door because it could lock you in. So they had to remove that lock.
Oh my goodness, how long were you stuck in there?
Well, not long, because she was in the other room. I was screaming, "Get me out!" Because we worked with a team, like I was doing that down. I was in there doing a hearing test. She was out there doing, because it'd be 2 of us running our over 60 clinic. And I said, I can wonder how my little patient felt, sitting there. He was older than, And he was like, what's wrong with that woman? Because that fright had to be on my face,
It's been a lot of fun planning this. The planning committee included myself, Angie Hagee, Nancy Castro, Jill Paradowski, and Lisa Phillips. So if you could somehow include that in the posterity of this event. These are the people that planned this, picked out the flavor of the cake, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And of course our maintenance staff, which is now reassembling our place so that we can open at 11 o'clock for regular services. They did a bang-up job getting the place clean and shiny so that everyone would come in here and say that it looks wonderful, and it did. I think the Affordable Care Act will impact our future here. I'm not exactly sure how. I don't think, however, the needs of the community will really change that much. Things happen to our population no matter what we do to try and control that, and they will always come here for support and assistance. That will not change. Certain of it. As long as the doors are open, people will come here.
And also extending a huge thank you to the Keenan family for making this day possible. We have done some wonderful things in the community, and we're looking forward to the next phase, which is many more years, 80 years beyond where we are today. So thank you, Keenan family, and thank you all members of the City of Milwaukee Health Department and everybody in the City of Milwaukee who made this a great place to work.
And Daryl?